Hello to you too. DoMT511, welcome. I'm gonna begin here in a second. Usually I play intro music, but I guess I won't. Why not? Alright. Let's do this, and then I have to do stuff later. I think today I said I'm doing... what did I say I was doing today? Jolteon, and they're in my party. Oops. Hang on, I don't have the game in. Yeah, welcome, more Arceus. We're basically almost done at this point, which is so nice. It's so nice to be at the end. So what I found out is that apparently they had a major update for Switch. Now, wrong Switch. Now it acts as if you have virtual cards plugged into the console, which is really weird. I figured that out because I was going to like mess around and try to... Wait, what's in here? Crash? Oh, oops. I was going to try to mess around with some of the games I already own on Switch 2, but I guess I'm not going to do that. I actually had no idea that that was the case. So that's kind of interesting. It was a full-on update. Now it treats it as if... Excellent. It treats it as if the card is virtually inside the Switch. And in order to change it, you have to swap it out into another console. That's kind of weird. I didn't understand what was happening at first when they even said that. They probably had something to explain it, and I just wasn't really paying attention. And I'm kind of out of the loop on a lot of things lately, so it is what it is. Who is messaging me? Dude, it's literally messaging me to tell me I can manage my stream. As if I don't know that. Did you know you can manage your stream from your phone? Classic. Alright, fortunately today we're not dealing with some of the more annoying evolutions. I guess that's how I'll put it. We're going to be dealing with some of the easier ones. I think the hardest ones to do will be Glaceon and Leafeon, because there aren't exactly a great many places to go use either of them. So those might be the hardest. We're doing Leafeon and Jolteon. So Leafeon is Leaf Blade and Jolteon is Thunderbolt, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, first things first. There's a Starly outbreak. We could chase them away. That's free. Get the shiny right away, and then have it just done and dusted. And then we have to go hit up the Magikarps. You know how it is. We'll hit up the Magikarps afterwards. Isn't the Starly outbreak like right over here? Yes, okay. How do I do this again? There we go. It's been a long time since I really seriously played this game. Those days are over. Okay. I was worried about that one Starly drowning itself. Okay, nothing. This is probably a dud. Honestly, that'll be the most fun. Once I finish the Pokedex, I'll actually just get to play the game and not have to think about, am I wasting time when I could be maximizing literally every Pokemon. So, DoMT Domed. I don't know if you've been on the stream a long time, or if you've seen a lot of the content, or just in general anything I've done. But for this game in particular, what we're trying to do is we're trying to Dex complete everything. So we're up to the evolutions. We did Vaporeon and I think Sylveon last time. So there's 6 evolutions. I do 2 a stream because anything more than that will make me explode. And anything less than that is suboptimal. So we did not have to do any of that. We're going to leave now. That's why it took us 100. Well, when did I start trying to Dex complete? Was it stream 59? It was a long time ago. I don't think we're going to get this high with ZA. I think ZA is going to be unique in that we're not going to do all this in ZA. Because what I'll do is I'll just boot this up and then just walk in and out of areas until we get like a good shiny. But ZA, I don't think we're going to have the same degree of openness. I think ZA is probably going to be a step back, and I mean this in the most, that does not mean it'll be a bad game way. I just personally cannot see it having the same amount of openness as this game. Like, Lumio City would have to be fucking massive to equalize with this, and I don't personally see that happening. Damn it, I couldn't get it. Okay, it's fine. It's gonna be more of a battling game, probably. Or at least me yelling dodge and my Pokemon not dodging for the billionth time. Okay. What name is that? One Ed Gifigigigov. Very nice. The best part is that Sinnoh isn't even like my favorite region. I just think the Pokemon Legends brand has so much potential, especially like a prequel series to like some of the first 4 regions. That shit just hits so well, man. I love that. I love this. This is really good. I say now, of course. All right, so what is it? Agile style before I mess this up? Yeah. Agile baby doll eyes. Where are you again? All right, we need. I'm just gonna use it. What? Twice? I think I have to empty it twice, right? For 15, maybe. Do I? I don't even remember. Oh well, I guess I'll figure it out. Right, because that's 1 usage. And I need to do 15, so I'll just empty both of them twice. Fuck it, who cares? And it'll be a little bit extra, but that's fine because we need to use agile style moves anyway. And actually, honestly, wouldn't it just be faster to use agile style moves on this thing? We'd have to use 70. Which would be, what, 7 resets per Pokemon? But that's not fun. That would be like the ultimate grinding method, is we wait for these Magikarps to slowly struggle themselves to death, and then we move on after that. But I don't know, that feels like way too, I'm not getting anything done. You know, I don't know if I want to do that. That's like if we absolutely really just do not want to play the game. Which I would at least like I really do want to play this game, even just a couple streams, just pure shiny hunting. I really do. And the reason why is because I actually like shiny hunting, and the problem with shiny hunting is that it's so statistically unlikely to get a shiny in most games, it just becomes not fun to me. Now, obviously, for some people, that's their whole YouTube content, that's their whole everything. For me, I like it when it's fair, and I know fair is like basically saying I like it when it's guaranteed. At least it's better in this gen than in other gens, because other gens, you know, you could walk into the Safari Zone and find a shiny Pokemon. That's the end of your shiny hunt. It's running away on the next turn, and that happened to me. My first shiny is that green Teddy Ursa. Motherfucker was already about to hit the dip. I'm like, wow, what did I do to deserve this? Fun times. That was a long time ago. That's why I should import most of those Pokemon. I should. I'm lazy. Okay. One. I found a couple shinies. I don't know if I found a shiny during a playthrough that's not this game, though. Like, just legitimately full odds. I don't think that's ever happened. No, that did happen in Sword. I found that Golurk. I don't think I found another shiny, though, like that. And remember, that was completely random. I think I was doing grinding, and the Golurk showed up. I might have clipped that. I feel like I clipped that on the Twitch channel for sure, because that's something that only will happen once. Not once in a lifetime. I don't know. We'll see. I am going to play both versions of ZA. I could almost confirm that. I will definitely be playing it Switch 2 first, and then be rolling back to Switch 1 just to mess around. I don't know if I'm going to interweave it, you know, like if I'm going to do one and then one. I'll probably just marathon the Switch 2 version and then work my way back. That's what I'm thinking. Do the Totodile playthrough. In the same vein, I'm also going to play this game again on Switch 2. If they let me. I'm assuming that if I put it in, I'll be able to play it again. I don't know, though. We'll see. Gonna do a, what's the other Pokemon? Oshawott. Technically, I kind of want to do 3 playthroughs of this game, because Rowlet is also good. But I really fully feel that Oshawott has the easiest playthrough. The only Pokemon that actually, like, hard counters you is Voltorb. I'm pretty sure everything else you have at least a little bit of a leg up on. Of course, knowing me, I picked the literal hardest playthrough with the squishiest starter. With the least, with the lowest move pool. Because I'm a Johto boy. Like, what do you want? I really hope someday someone, probably Game Freak, makes like a full-scale Kanto and Johto. I would love that, man. We will never be treated so well. Oh no, we're done actually. We could swap. I would love to see like a fully rendered scaled Johto. Like Violet gets a little close to that. And Sword obviously has instanced areas, but obviously I didn't really play a lot of Sword, so I can't really speak too much to it. But I would love walking through like a realistically sized Ekritique city. Granted, Johto is not exactly a great region, it's kind of a loop. I don't really like that, unfortunately. But you know, it's cool when they add in all those little touches, like, oh, well, Violet City is actually a city. It's not just a gym, a Pokemon Center, a mart, and 3 houses, and then Sprout Tower. Like, it's actually got, like, towers and you know, everything. And I get that Johto is supposed to be more like a countryside, right? It's supposed to be a little more rural. But Goldenrod and Violet would probably be pretty big, and I could imagine that Olivine would be big as well. Like, when you're a kid and when you're younger and when you're, you know, you haven't played a lot of games, in your mind's eye, these cities are way bigger, you know, than what they actually are, which is really like probably 20 NPCs tops that aren't like vendors and Nurse Joys. Think about how crazy good that would be. Like, sometimes I do enjoy playing Pokemon games over and over, either for, you know, whatever value it's worth, right? So, for example, like, I do enjoy playing, like, XD and Coliseum are fun, they're just very slow. XD is a little faster, but Coliseum and XD are fun, they're just very slow, like, 30-40 hour playthroughs. And then if you want to import all the Pokemon off of it, it legitimately takes like an hour or 2 of just straight trading to put it on a GBA cartridge and then to import it into, you know, any of the DS games. And even then, using a modded DS, it takes like a couple minutes to move it to Gen 7, which you would then use to jump it to the Switch games, which is, it's in and of itself. And remember, we're using a modded cartridge, a modded DS to even make that jump. Otherwise, you have to do all the weird, like, Gen 4 to Gen 7, like, game manipulation. You have to, you know, it's just, it's annoying. And I would totally not hate if they re-release them, not on the stupid Switch thing, the whatever emulation that sucks. It would be really nice if they actually remade them, touched them up. Maybe when I'm 50, since we're gonna approach a singularity where no one wants to actually develop anything new, I guess. Because, like, what was the last big Pokemon game that came out? The Violet DLC? Scarlet Violet DLC? I just think that some games are just getting too big, man, because when I was younger, you used to have multiple games a year. That GameCube era was so magical. Peak performance from Nintendo. Like, you would just have multiple games a year, man. That's why I really should, like, make a video about how good the GameCube era was. It was like 6 major years. It was like 2001 to like 2007, right? There were a couple games that probably came out after the Wii existed, but it was pretty much move on to the Wii at that point. And that's unfortunate because, like I always say, the Wii was the one generation I never really hung out on. I was kind of playing other, I don't want to say more serious games, but I kind of was. And that's something I enjoy, is like that GameCube era, you could see the evolution of so many of those games, which made it just so unique. You know, those 2001, that's why Melee is, in my opinion, one of my favorite games. Not because of all the weird competitive shit, but because as a single player game, you get so much content. It's so nice. There is so much fun to be had on Melee. Just collecting trophies and doing all this weird stuff. You know, that's what a game should feel like, honestly. That's what I love about it. Okay. Alright, so now that we've done that, we need to level up a grass move and a... an electric move. Electric is easy. We could just sail around the coastal area. I'm trying to think, what's a good way to level up grass in this game? I guess we could go to Coronet. Alright, well, while we're here, we'll dick around a little bit before we leave, since we already did that in less than 10 minutes. Do a quick shiny sweep. Turn up my volume. I think it also tickles that, like, gambling aspect in my brain a little bit. It also definitely tickles the mathematician in me. Because you know when you get a shiny, something really, really good, like something really, really rare has happened. It's like a visual indicator of it. It's really, it's a very satisfying feeling, honestly. Just a nice injection of dopamine into my prefrontal cortex. Can't get enough of it. Multiple Mine Juniors. Wait, there's an Alpha Kadabra here. Isn't there an Alpha Alakazam right over here? Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, damn. Yeah, that Alpha Kadabra is not... That's a random spawn. That's a 1%. Maybe less. That Alpha Alakazam is a guaranteed spawn. That was a... What you just saw was probably a 1 in 100. Maybe a 1 in 10. Some spawns have better odds for alphas. We could look it up. They have at least 1 or 2 different maps that you could look up. But yeah, that is rare. Like, that Gyarados is always alpha, which is why I need to come down here more often, because on the off chance I get a shiny Gyarados again, I can jump out of my seat in joy. Again, Johto boy. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm a Johto boy at heart. I love it. I really wish they would remake or re-release the Gold, Silver, Crystal. Could you imagine Nintendo Switch Online capable version so I could just finish the game and import everything out of it and then just start over? Infinite, fast, quick playthroughs where you don't have to lose your Pokemon would be peak. I love that. I would love that. Alright, it doesn't seem like we're gonna get any lucky odds here. Okay, alright. Let's get out of here. Actually, I lied. Really quickly. EV check. Before it gets too late in the day for Eevee to show up. No. Remember, all this started because I wanted an easier way to farm Eevees than the garden in BDSP. All of this is because I wanted an easier way to farm stuff, and then gradually over time that list expanded. And I mean, technically the fastest way to hunt shinies is to use the shiny ditto exploit. It's not, it's okay. When I say exploit, it makes it sound bad. The game intends for you to do it. What is this XPBS at the top of the chat? The more you participate, the more you get something. I don't know. It just showed up today. I was on another stream and it showed up. I was like, what the hell is this? So congratulations, Viv. You're #1. You've chatted the most. I'm assuming it keeps track of who chats on your chat the most and who supports the most. I have no idea how it works. It's enabled by default. And you want to know what I realized? Why am I disabling things by default if I'm not going to put the chat on stream? In fact, here you go, Viv. I'll even give this back to you. Where is this? Here you go. Live reactions are back, folks. If I'm not going to put chat on the screen, why am I going to hide it? There you go. You can spam it all you want. I mean, it doesn't do anything, but if you want, you can still do it. Okay, very nice. Okay. Technically, it's probably fat. I say this all the time. If you're gambling... no, I guess they're both gambles, because it's a 5% chance. I'm not doing Basculin. Go to Coronet. Who is the other guy? Name is new to me. Well, he's a viewer. We love viewers in this channel. Can never have enough. Literally. Like, imagine if I actually had to put in work and really, really entertain people. I might be in trouble. Double Rotom, that's rare. I'm playing Legends Arceus right now, and there's a mass outbreak in Crimson. Crimson, what, Mirelands? Right? It's Crimson Mirelands, right? See, sometimes mass outbreaks don't have great Pokemon. That's the thing I don't like about mass outbreaks, is the list of outbreaks you could have is not the same as the list of as normal outbreaks. But Mirelands has some good stuff. I'd have to look, because it's been so long since I played this game, like a lot, that I don't really remember most of it. Like, I don't remember what the best places and locations are. But Crimson's not bad. There's a couple Pokemon I really want to shiny hunt, and then everything else is kind of just whatever. So sometimes I forget. So, like, for example, I like Riolu events. Last stream we had 3. We had 3 really good events. We had, like, Magikarp, Riolu, and Piplup. But we didn't get a shiny, which is unfortunate. Which is good that you can't get, you know, multiple didn't sprout shinies, but I don't know, man. It feels like my RNG is cooked in this game. Like, granted, I could just be unlucky and not traveling enough and seeing enough spawns, but I haven't really gotten anything good in a while. It's freaking me out. We used to get a lot of stuff in this game. Now we don't really get anything. Okay. I would like to get something, I would like to get a shiny again. I think the best thing to do is just to wait for mass outbreaks. And while you're there, look around in whatever area you're currently in. And that's pretty much the best way to do it. I don't think you're going to get a better way than that. I mean, obviously, you could always just get insanely... Is that one of the people? No. You could get insanely lucky and just, you know, stumble shiny after shiny after shiny after shiny. But obviously, the RNG odds of that are very, very low. So, I don't know, man. Maybe that era is just done because I don't imagine ZA is going to let you print shinies like this game does. But here's hoping. I don't know. Obviously, the game isn't out, so I can't really speak to it. But I'm looking forward to that Chikorita playthrough. I know I complained about how bad the Cyndaquil playthrough was in a region dominated by rock, ground, and water types, and then they give it a ghost typing, so then I have to throw on ghost and dark on top of that. But I am interested to see what happens. It's funny how Cyndaquil has the easiest time in the base Johto game and then the hardest time in everything else. It's actually really funny how that works out. It has the hardest time in this game, but the easiest time in its own game. Because basically, like, every gym... Is there even a single gym that's good against Cyndaquil? I guess Chuck's Poliwrath. And, what, Jasmine Steelix? Why the heck did my... What? Why the heck did my ears hear the phrase pad mussy? Oh, because we were joking around about it, yeah. Squint glares. You're never gonna unhear it. Your ears will never be virgin again. You're doomed. I'm serious about not doing episodes 7, 8, and 9. I'm very serious about that. I hope Gundam Otaku knows I'm serious about that, because I am very serious about not playing them. Yeah, see, so Hippopotas is one of these Pokemon that it aggroes, and then it'll try to attack you, but it doesn't prevent you from fast traveling, but it will try to flee in battle. I don't know if there's any other Pokemon that acts like this, where it's openly aggressive. It doesn't try to flee in the overworld, but the second you get into combat, it tries to flee. I don't know if any other Pokemon is like that. Okay. Very nice. You'd love to see it. See, Espeon will be easy, because there's a whole bunch of Toxicroaks up here, and we could also go to Cobalt, and there's tons of Toxicroaks out there. And we could also go to Crimson Mirelands, and there's a ton of Toxicroaks out there. And that right there is why a Cyndaquil playthrough sucks. Everyone has high horsepower. Dumpster that fucking thing, man. Everyone knows the best Pokemon in this game is Weavile. Weavile actually breaks the game. So don't. That's the #1 Pokemon I highly recommend that you level up if you haven't. Weavile. Weavile is broken with Ice Shard, a helpful speed nature, and maxed out. There's no EVs. Maxed out. What is it? Determined values. What is it again? The values where you can raise with the dust and all that. With maxed out stats and everything for speed, you can basically prevent enemies from moving as long as you have power points for Ice Shard. Oops. It's actually broken. There was a time where I used to run around with an entire team of Weaviles. Simply because of how fucking stupid it was. Swiss Army knife of Pokemon in this game. Yeah, the only thing is that getting a Sneasel is hard. You have to wait for a space-time where again? In the grasslands. Whatever it is. Whatever the one was that I just went to. Ursaring. Alpha Ursaring? Yep. That is something that's really interesting about the Johto games, is that a lot of the new Pokemon appear in some of the weirdest locations. So you'll be playing and Houndour only appears on the route, what is it, east of Celadon at night? It's really weird how they did that, and there's no way to know that. Not exactly a huge fan of how they did that. Like, a lot of those new Johto Pokemon only show up in Kanto for reasons. But yeah, here, I'll show it, because I always like to talk about this, because I unfortunately or fortunately know a lot about this game. I would give it these 4 moves. Max out that speed. Jolly is pretty good because you're never going to use a special attacking nature on this anyway. And as you can see, I've had Obsidian. That's what it is. Obsidian Fieldlands. It's the most broken Pokemon in the game by far. that this speed, you will never let anything move potentially. And if it does, it'll get maybe one attack and then immediately it'll just be your turn over and over and over and over and over again. And the reason why it works with Weavile and not so well with other Pokemon is because Weavile's speed stat is by default busted. Weavile is just too fast by default. Weavile is already one of the fastest Pokemon in the games it's in. So now crank that up to 11, you know? Also, farm the sisters for money. One of them usually spawns here. Unfortunately, she's not here. Man, we are getting some shit luck today. All right, Gyarados. The XP thing is to trick us into buying super chat stuff. Well, I mean, on my channel, you literally can't. There's no super chat button. So, I mean, it won't. You're not going to get tricked on this channel. You literally cannot buy super chats on my channel. Period. There you go. Which means it's cool because we get all the benefits of it and none of the drawbacks for free. Think about that. What happens if I click this? You gain, yeah, you gain experience now. It's so weird. I don't even know how you gain experience. I swear this is not a marketing scheme. It just shows up. There you go. You get all the benefits and none of the negatives. So you don't have to spend a dime. Oh! Love this game. Can I save, please? Thank you. Scared the shit out of me. It's a... Okay, we're just gonna sticky it. Put in a Gigaton ball. There you go. That's our shiny of the stream. Very nice. Completely random. Scared the shit out of me too. What was that? No, I thought I heard it again. That's the music. Okay, just when I thought my RNG was busted, they proved me wrong, and it's not busted. Fantastic. It's like the game is demanding an apology from me that I will not get under any circumstance. Okay. There's a couple Magikarp down here. No. Alright, back to the grind. XP has a fucking leaderboard? Yes. I didn't design this system, okay? They want to compete with Twitch, so that's why they're doing it. What's the fastest way to compete with Twitch? Copy everything Twitch is doing and try to make it better. I mean, YouTube has the added benefit of being YouTube. Simple, right? They have the added benefit of being the biggest video platform on the planet in existence that has ever happened and will probably ever exist. No, great. Thank you. Oh, it knocked itself out. Damn, we're not gonna get a second use. Oh well. Okay. I can see you shit posting and YouTube doing everything you say. I mean, they should. They 100% should. Look, I'll be honest, I like this platform. I like YouTube. I like it better than Twitch. That's not because I, you know, have some ulterior motive. I mean, Twitch does some good things, and then they do some terrible things. YouTube does some good things, and then they do some terrible things. I think Twitch's whole, like, cam girl hot tub meta is just disgusting, period. But YouTube has try-on hauls, right? So, like, there's no pure W here, right? You get to pick your poison. What do you align with more? I don't like it, but that's just how the platforms are. Although, to be fair, these are not the same. The try-on meta is not nearly as big and as popular as the Twitch hot tub half-naked e-girl meta. That's out of control. I'm just being honest with you. We already know that. Like, no one's getting fooled by that. But, you know, it's whatever. I think that these platforms are good. Like, YouTube is more for everything, though, which is why I don't know why Twitch isn't. But whatever. Oh, that scared me a little bit. YouTube is already for a lot, as we already know. Okay, 25, which is nice. How many usages? I wasn't looking. I should keep track of this. Okay, we're fine. I should, but I won't. I don't know. Do I do the legendaries? I really feel like I'm not going to. That feels like something I would throw in on like one final stream or some shit. Which wouldn't even be one final stream, honestly. I don't know, man. Like, I don't really know if I want to do the legendaries. I feel like that's kind of a waste of time. I mean, it literally is. Like, maybe I just don't do that. I think I won't. Like, I could, obviously. If you come this far, what are some legendaries getting used for a little bit? Twitch is ditching gamers. No, they're not. They're diversifying, and, I don't, you know, whatever. I don't think in a good way. I think Twitch is... I mean, a lot of people will tell you what Twitch is, Twitch isn't. One thing I will say is that Twitch is not going anywhere. Like, a lot of people think that Twitch is going to be broke or gone. I don't think Twitch is going to be broke or gone as long as they have Amazon money. Who gives a shit? Like, let's not even pretend. The only way Twitch changes or does anything is, well, if the H3 lawsuit happens and actually goes through and he doesn't want to settle. And, you know, if something legal or otherwise happens because of Twitch, you know? And even then, I think that either of those two won't really change much. So, I thought the one thing that would probably get Twitch fucked over more than anything was the copyright. I thought copyright was, you know, where people watching Hell's Kitchen and all this shit, just outright watching TV shows and stuff. I thought that was going to get people hit. I thought that was going to lead to something, but it didn't. It didn't. Nothing happens because nothing ever happens is basically the TLDR of life. Nothing ever happens until it does. They're going to rent streams. They're going to get the big bucks now. What? Rant streams? You mean like just chatting? I mean, I don't really hate just chatting streams. I don't watch any, but I don't hate them per se. Okay, same route. Kind of. Like, in theory, you should want a platform to be very diverse because it'll drive more people to be a part of it and to, you know, walk around and do different things and interact and all this. Like, you would want it to be as big and diverse as possible. But that copyright shit, man, that's exactly what got YouTube fucked up. People taking copyrighted characters and making these weird, like, I guess today we would call them, like, AI brand, like, not safe for work videos and then putting them on YouTube Kids with no oversight. Yeah, that was a bubble waiting to happen. And you know, it fucked the channel over. It fucked over my channel because of it. Not to get into that again. But, you know, it sucks. They're getting big deals. The gamers were getting, yeah, because they like that between the politics streams and all the other stuff. What is that? Mongolian? Vietnamese? I don't know. By the way, thank you for the weather shift. Well, fortunately, this is going way faster than whatever we did last time. It's not even 11, and we're going to be done with this Pokemon in no time at all. We are cruising right through this shit. It's also because the Pokemon we're fighting don't really fight back Korean. Okay. Have you kept like a list of all the languages you've used? Because we're approaching the end. We are actually approaching the end, or we probably only have 2 more streams, and then that's it. But yeah, when did this come out? 2022, and then Violet came out later that year. So we haven't had a new Pokemon release since 2022, right? Because Snap came out. I was late to Snap, and I played that. I don't even remember when I played Snap. I did. I just don't remember when I played it. Was it 2023, maybe? Yeah, we had, what, DLC for Violet? Was that 2023 into 2024? I can't even remember. I feel like it was. So it's been a long time since we've had like a mainline Pokemon release. Probably too busy suing Palworld for trying to have a decent idea for once than they are making their actual games better. Heavens forbid Pokemon catches up to the like 2008. And I didn't even like Palworld. I tried it. Did I ever upload that Palworld gameplay? I don't think I did. I didn't like it. I just don't like Palworld. But I love how anal they were about Palworld doing anything at all. You can't ride Pokemon. We are the only ones who allow you to ride Pokemon. Oh boy. What we got? Google shows which ones I've clicked on. Did I use? Okay, well, if you haven't kept it, you probably would. You would have to go through every single stream, and even I'm not asking you to do that. Could you imagine? Okay. They added 30 more to what your search results were. Remember, it's been a lot more streams than that, right? I never have to play this again. No, that's not true. I'll play it to Shiny Hunt if I'm like bored. If we're watching like an announcement video or something, maybe I'll throw this on since it'll just be non-existent. And I'll never say no. What is Onyx's shiny form? Is it golden? You know what you have to do is you have to bring in Rocky the Onyx. Now there's an OG. Rocky the Onyx from whatever that guy's name was. Yeah, could you give me a Bellsprout? This is the laziest dude ever. He's like, could you go catch a Bellsprout? It's like, dude, I know that your Pokemon is like quadruple weak to Bellsprouts, but just go tackle it and throw a Pokeball. Seriously. It's literally right outside. Rocky is an honorary member of my Gen 4 team, just by definition. Rocky alone could probably carry you right through most of Gen 2. Has anyone ever has anyone ever done a Gen 2 challenge run with only Rocky? It's doable. Gen 2 is easy. And Rocky honestly has the advantage in almost every gym besides Chuck. And maybe Piloswine, maybe Price. Potentially. Let's see. Just think, all these merit points are going to become useless. I wonder if this interfaces with Switch 2 or if it's only on Switch. You gotta really think about that. There are over 100. When this joke started, there were not 100. Yeah, I'd imagine there were 0. Or close to it. Okay. There you go. Maybe I will do the legendaries. I probably could. If I do one legendary a stream, I have to see what are the legendaries moves. Maybe they're not as bad as these evolutions. Or maybe they are. I don't know. I like how I knew this immediately respawned. That's really funny because the rain started. Okay. What's the joke gonna be for ZA? I guess it's too early to even know. I'm intentionally kind of not really looking up much. If it's not in a direct, I'm not looking it up. But I like how immediately I knew, oh yeah, well, the whole game takes place inside of Lumio City. So, I don't know. We'll see. The Zulu, oh, 50 languages, okay. Well, that's good. I mean, when you look at it from outside the scope of shitposting, like, that you can translate more languages over the last year or two that we've done this. Why is Cleavor still in my party? Don't run. Thank you. Yeah, technically I could start new playthroughs in like almost every Pokemon game I played if I really wanted to, but some of them I haven't even done playthroughs on this Switch. So forget the Switch 2. Like, what would be a Pokemon game you'd even want to see me play again? Brilliant Diamond? I don't know if I want to do that though. To be honest, like I would replay this because this game is so different and I only did one playthrough of it. Brilliant Diamond, I don't know if I would replay. I'm just being completely honest. Like, if they had a remake or something that was really good, maybe. It really would just be this game, I feel. Oh, no, wait, I could do Let's Go Eevee again. Holy shit, I could actually play Let's Go Eevee. And reset for a good Eevee this time instead of a Bold Nature. Oh my god, that is actually peak performance, even though I hate Let's Go Eevee. That would be the only other one I would replay, actually. That's a great idea. I just thought of that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Ooh, how would I know I haven't done something super dumb? What did I do that was dumb? Oh yeah, I sold all my dust and upgrading items by accident like a dumbass. I traded it for something really stupid that wasn't even worth it in the slightest. Alright, we're done. So now we're on to Jolteon. So what exactly are we gonna use for Jolteon? I guess we could just surf around. I'm trying to think. I'm scratching my head too. Very nice. You'll love to see it. Maybe we go to Cobalt and just surf around. Yeah, there's a bunch of flying types on that hand area, so there you go. Leafeon's already done. See what we could get. It would be really nice if we could get fuck. Let's leave. Okay. Dude, what the fuck? That is statistically unlikely. Like, really. Not even shitposting. You know what? Fuck it. While I'm here, I'm gonna check for an Eevee. It's the only thing that gives my life purpose, is shiny hunting Eevees that I will then never use. I need to figure out where that full odds Eevee is that I got. You will never believe how much that changed my life. You will never believe how loudly I screamed in that Discord call at 5 in the morning. Like, if it was a sparkle patch, I would have been like, okay, that's rare. But no, it was literally the, hey, roll it the old tried and true method. I fucking lost my mind. Yo, I'm still happy thinking about that. It's been 3 years. 3 years. 3 years and that shit still makes me giddy. Those odds were so stacked against me, man. Okay, let's leave. No, I like how 2 buttons do the exact same thing. Why do they even have gotta go there? Gotta go and continue my excursion do the same thing. Oh shit! I don't care about Luxray. We have a bunch of those. Now this could be hype. Unfortunately, we have to climb the stupid fucking mountain because there's no fast travel. Because the people that developed this game don't understand what fast travel is. It's really unfortunate. That Game Freak still lives in the year 2080. Or, sorry, 1980. Whatever. Sorry, it could be the Pokemon Company. Could be both. Of course, I'm the #1 Pokemon lover. And then another Alpha Kadabra. Bro, what are actually the odds? Oh, and a miss. Very nice. And a knockout from you, which is about 50% of my life bar, which isn't very nice. All right. Nice. Okay. I need to heal. Okay. We want to fight them one-on-one. That's what we want to do. I could buff this thing and give it better stat. Maybe I should, at least a little bit. It might secure a knockout, because as you see, we leave them with just enough HP to fight back. And we can't rely on paralysis luck forever, so maybe I'll do that real quick. Since, you know, there's no held items, no abilities, no nothing. Do you see those red eyes right there? That is terrifying. No, you are maxed out. Fuck it, whatever. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. What does a shiny Braviary even look like? I didn't reload after all of that. I didn't. Jesus Christ. I think the Pokemon Company wanted to drop one of those prawn mobile games that were big, like for. You mean like a what's it called? Like a gotcha game? No, they didn't. Dude, the Pokemon Company makes way too much money. They don't need to fucking release spicy anime waifu games. I don't know what. That is not what's happening at all. They make way too much money selling cartoon JPEGs. I think Shiny Braviary has a blue flame mask. Well, please let it spawn. We're literally not going to get better odds than this, so... yeah, it has like the crest. It's like the Helmarock King in Wind Waker. Which to this day is one of my favorite, like, Ganondorf minions. It always looked cool. I like Wind Waker's art style. I know people didn't like it initially. I would be mad too if I didn't get Zelda 128. I love how that thing looks. I always like Braviary, and not just because it's the American Pokemon, just because it looks cool. This is one of my favorite Hisuian forms, for sure. Miss. This is why No Guard Mega Pidgeot is so broken. Because No Guard Hurricane is ridiculous. It's absurd. You're seeing why. Guaranteed confusion. Plus it's a very strong move and you don't have to set up Rain Dance. Yeah, it's busted. That's why Mega Pidgeot is my Mega. There's a couple Megas I just love a lot. And Mega Pidgeot is one of them. Mega Pidgeot probably would be my actual, like, Mega if I was like a real trainer and we were not using starters. Yeah, that would be my Mega for sure. Mega Pidgeot. Because starters is too easy, man. Like, oh, what are you gonna do? Charizard, the other Charizard, Blaziken. I like Blastoise is alright, I guess. Mega Swampert is busted, I believe, because it has Swift Swim. Oh shit. Well, I resist it, but yeah. Right? What was Mega Swampert's ability that was so broken? It was Swift Swim, right? So, like, if you have what, rain up or something, it becomes a monster because Waterfall is gonna make you flinch too. I think. I forget. It's been a long time since I played Omega Ruby. I haven't finished Alpha Sapphire, which I should. Like, you know, like I'll play one version and then I'll go back and play it way later, you know? Like, I'll clean it up after the fact. Just like how I started that Scarlet playthrough and I started that Shield playthrough. I will play them. It's a Pokemon game. I could play it literally 20 years from now. Someone will show up and watch it. But I'll play it. I'm not going to enjoy either of them particularly, and I'm not buying the DLC again. Oh, shit. Did it just knock itself out? Did all that work for nothing, man? See, this is an example of a really good outbreak that helps you with your Pokedex completion, because this is just guaranteed flying types, and we're kind of killing two birds with one stone, because there's a good chance we might get like a good shiny. Crit, yeah. Unfortunately, no shiny, so it is what it is. It's not a big deal. Let's clean it up. Let's pack it up. We could always catch one. But what game would I even use it in? Don't I have a bunch of these already? I love this Pokemon. Seriously. You know that guy in Petalburg who's like, I love Shroomish? Yeah, this is... What is this? Bro. Is this even statistically likely? 2 alpha Kadabras. How? That's not likely, right? Hold on, we're gonna go to the map. Pokemon Legends Arceus map. I forget what the name of the website is. Was it Map Genie? No, Gamer Guides. Here you go. Gamer Guides has never let me down. Dude, this is not statistically likely. Right? Hide all. Okay. Alpha Pokemon. No! This is random. This is... What are the odds? Noble Pokemon? Oh, those are the bosses. What are the odds here? Hold on. Okay. So one of these spawns... No, it wasn't Gamer Guides. What the fuck was it? This game is wild today. What the hell is going on? Cerebi. It was Cerebi Earth, I think, right? Was it? How do you do this? Alabaster. Yeah, it was Cerebi Earth. Okay. I'm clicking. What the fuck is going on? Okay, so... I love this game. The math on display here is driving me up a cliff, but trying to manipulate this window is also driving me insane. So there are no alpha Pokemon up here. There is an alpha Chingling, no, alpha Chimecho on the left. Yeah, dude, this is completely fucking rare. This is rare odds. Abra. Can I also click Kadabra? No. So Kadabra can spawn here as an alpha at a 0.82%. The spot next to it is also a 0.82%. So what you are seeing here is literally less than 1% rolled at the same time. This is statistically so unlikely I will probably never see it again. The fact that both of these spots have a 0.82% chance to spawn an alpha like this, I will never see this again in my life. So I'm going to soak in this moment that I will totally forget in about an hour. I'm sorry to take up so much time on this, but even I knew right away this is not likely. So let's catch him. Oops. We'll call them the Yin Yang twins. What the fuck? I think, yeah, that's good. Dude, that's unlikely. Oh, hi. Okay, well, we don't need to catch another one. Think about that. I wonder what the odds of that are. What is it? How do you do this again? Let's see. What is it? 0.82 divided by 100? No, sorry. That is the odds. Okay. It's less. So what is it? 1 divided by 100 is 0.01. So this is what? Less than that. This is 0.0082. And then the other, it's independent, so 0.0082. That is really not likely. That is exceptionally rare. If my statistics is not completely garbage, that's like less than a... That's a 10... We're in the 10,000ths for how... No, we might even be lower than that. Tenths, right? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000s. We're in the 100,000ths of a chance for that to occur. That's crazy, man. We'll never see that again. You'll probably never see it. I'll never see it. Because I know there's cadabras here, but I've never seen that. That is... Wow. That's rarer than a shiny, by the way. A shiny is only, what, 1 in 128? I had to catch them, and I have to name them because otherwise I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget that this actually happened, and I'm going to release them one day. Going to use them in a double battle someday. Alright, we're going to check Riolu really quickly. Okay, nothing. Isn't there a Crobat here no matter the time of day? It's been a while. I feel like there is. Okay, you're not shiny. Let's get out of here. Trying to get Crobat. Yeah, there's a guaranteed Crobat inside of that tunnel in what's that area called again? I'm blanking. What's the mountain? Coronet. They point it out to you in the story and then tell you to go around. You could just go back and catch it. That's actually how I was farming Crobat. Guaranteed spawn 100% of the time. There might also be a Crobat on that cliff. I just didn't look for it too hard. Tangela? We don't really need Tangela. Let's do this. Fuck it. We haven't done one of these. We have time. I have a whole hour. We're almost already done because these Pokemon were quick. Yo, that is crazy, the odds of that. Actually, hold on. What? No, I don't want to turn on bullshit. And don't ask me again. This is only for what? Gen whatever? Man, this is Gen 3. You know there's a Cerebi threads that are up from like almost 20 or over 20 years ago, man? Honestly, just makes me more nostalgic than anything. Does this work? Choose game. It only goes up to Gen 6. Fuck. Pokemon has seriously been one of the most talked about and documented series in history. Yeah, I think I did the math right. I'm pretty sure the number is, I don't even know how you would say it. Where's calculator? Because you multiply the odds together because they're independent. They're not linked. Okay. Enter a decimal. 0.00006724. This is unhelpful. The greatest common factor of 6,724 and 100 million. We have 1,681 divided by 25 million. So, okay. We can divide that even further. Yeah, that's basically it. That's what I love. I love math. Math is great. I hate math. We're on some real shit tonight. I can't get enough of how rare that event is. Sub 1% encounters, by the way. That's how I roll, baby. Ooh, this is good. What? Oh, shit. What is that? It's a Bidoof. It's a Bidoof. It's a Bidoof. It's a Bidoof. Okay. We don't care about those things. Thought it was an Eevee for a second. I was about to get really happy. Needless to say, once we start dealing with the millions, you're more likely to get shinies. Okay. And these things flee. We might as well just do the massive mass. Yeah, we might as well just do it normally. Fuck it. Ain't that serious. Okay. Is that it? How many of these things even spawn from these events? I guess not a lot. That's why I don't like to do these events. You don't get as many Pokemon. You only get 8, I think it was. They're cool if you fly by, or maybe if it's a Pokemon you really want. Is that Pikachu? Yeah. Boy. Oh, that kind of half scared me. I hate loud noises. Especially with my volume that high. Thanks, I guess. That's what I needed, thanks. Oh shit, she's here. Okay, I might come back to farm her. That would be good for the money. Teleport. Okay, the range shows no sign of stopping soon, which means we have a longer massive mass, which is good. Zoroark and Zorua. It's fine. Wordier and Stantler. Yeah, it's Crobat is another Pokemon that's really fast. It just doesn't have a priority move on like Weavile, but it is very quick. Yes, Crobat is another one of those really, really quick Pokemon. And it will double up moves on you in this game easily. Zubat. Boneri. Which makes it all the worse that there's no Mega Lopunny, because I actually kind of like Lopunny now that it has a Mega, but of course, Game Freak refuses to let me have fun, or the Pokemon Company refuses to let me have fun. I don't know who. Sometimes I just like to take random Pokemon and use them. It's one of my most favorite things about like replaying a game like XD, or Coliseum to a lesser extent. But one of my favorite things about playing XD is there's such a wide variety of Pokemon that you can use. I like how even the exploit strat in Coliseum doesn't really make the game that much easier. It just prevents your Pokemon from going into hyper mode. And that's the funny part about it, is that it doesn't even make the game like a cakewalk to do the exploit. The Agate Town walking exploit. It doesn't make the game easier because your Pokemon don't battle, they don't gain experience. Whereas in XD, we actually intentionally want some Pokemon to not become unshadowed. Okay, it's Ponyta. I don't need to unveil it. Okay. Okay. That's it. I mean, so our options here for making progress is actually let's do the Zubat outbreak because we'll get berries and we will get progress for Jolteon. So let's do that. Look, I wouldn't even mind another Shadow Pokemon game. Especially with how much Pokemon has progressed. Could you imagine? You would have like 100 Shadow Pokemon in that game. More than. We could have 200. That would be the most insane game possible. You have the most customizable team possible. But it would also, I don't know. It just worked because Gen 3 kind of just had, you know, the setup it did. I wouldn't hate it, but I think people would probably not enjoy it as much. Because those games could be grindy. Thanks, I guess. Excellent. I wonder if we'll get an alpha Zubat. We'll have the glowing eyes and shit again. So one of my favorite parts about it is you end up with glowing eye Zubat. Shit. Did I do this before? There you go. 1,624. No, 1,700. No. Am I stupid? 1,681 divided by 2555555. What is this? It has to be a real number. 25 million. 25 million. Okay, I did the odds by finding the calculator. What you just saw there earlier with that double Alakazam, or that double Kadabra, was a 1 in 14,872.099940512 chance. So in other words, 1 in 14,872. That's how likely that is. Remember, the odds of finding a full odds shiny at this point in me playing the game is only 1 in 800. And that's with no bonuses at all. I need to save this because this is the calculator I end up using. Solve for X when you don't know the denominator. Very helpful. There's so much race simping. Yeah, you wish. in your actual dream. You know, I had a dream today that I did a playthrough on Lost Odyssey. I'm having legit force visions. Okay. Oh, oh. Very nice. That's what you want to see. Alright, I mean, we're basically done. We just have to use 14 more moves. So let's go. We could probably leave now. No, we didn't defeat all the Zubats? Okay. Yeah, I saw they announced Spaceballs too. Yes, I did. I mean, I feel like they're a little bit late to capitalize on the, you know, the resurgence of Star Wars, considering that happened over a decade ago. But whatever. I mean, good for them, I guess. Okay. We could also run and do some Staravias. And the lady is there when we're done. Somewhere around here. What the fuck? Here we go. Stop. Jesus. Yeah, fumble the stupid... Oh, Lord. Okay. How do I change target? Oh my god, it's level 60. That's insane. I knew it wasn't going to be a one-shot. Brother. And then you just knock yourself out. Whatever. Awful. Okay, I'll deal with that later. I'm gonna get knocked out. Do something really stupid on this turn, please. Okay, you know what, man? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Don't give me that side eye, you piece of shit. I'm rezzing him, and then I'm gonna kick your ass. Like, come on, man. Get back out there. Look, I wasn't even a huge fan of the original Spaceballs, though, to be fair. I don't know, man. Like, I'm usually more of a sci-fi guy, but I don't know. I'm not, like, a huge fan of, like, a lot of them anymore, definitely, but not even back then. Honestly. Okay. The worst part is it's not even the experience we want. The fastest way to experience farm in this game is probably to find a couple Chanseys and feed them those berries and then defeat them. And use the spray. I wish the spray would just reapply. I know I probably said this before. I wish the spray would just reapply until you tell it to stop. Because having to stop, like, after a minute of gameplay is just kind of annoying more than anything. Alright. Okay, rainstorm's about to clear up, which is fine. The charm of OG Star Wars, the dialogue of the prequels, and the BS of the sequels. Really? No, I have not seen that. Remember, I don't mind the dialogue of the prequels. I actually kind of like that it's this very grandiose, taking itself seriously space opera. I do not hate the prequels dialogue at all. I feel like the prequels get unnecessarily henpecked to death. And they're not perfect. I've had my criticism about the pacing of it and everything myself. But I think that the prequels get kind of super henpecked to death. And then on the flip side, there's a lot that they do really, really well that just unfortunately gets buried beneath a mound of, oh, well, Jar Jar was in it. Which is a valid criticism. Jar Jar isn't funny. But, I mean, like, I think it's at least charming funny. They tried something, and I think they failed, as opposed to, hey, let's just insert the modern thing in here. Let's just insert the message. Great. Great writing, guys. Good job. 10 out of 10. But they tried. Yeah, and they sucked at it. It's not funny. The sequel, like, I struggle to think of anything the sequel trilogy does well that doesn't feel very ham-fisted. Like, see, we had this discussion. I actually read a, was it a Reddit thread earlier today? It's funny, it literally just happened earlier today. I read a Reddit thread, I believe, earlier today where it was like, what was, like, one thing that took you out of the ending of a game? And so the game that they listed was, obviously, I knew exactly what this thread was going to be before I even fucking opened it, was Last of Us 2, right? Last of Us 2, you don't, you know, oh, well, I lecture about how great it is to kill thousands of your underlings, but I finally get to you and I don't want to kill you. You know? Like, and I was thinking about, like, what's times when that trope has been done well? You know? So, like, Assassin's Creed 2 is another game that gets frequently brought up with that. It's like, oh, well, I've killed thousands of your, you know, generic underlings who have families and are just trying to work for a paycheck. You know, like, but you, I'm not going to. If Jar Jar was the Sith Lord like he should have been, I think that it would have been interesting if he got seduced to the dark side in the aftermath of episode 3. Because you know Palpatine would probably run some like, I feel like that just would have made more sense. And you might say, well, that sounds stupid. Yeah, but what we got was stupid. So after a point, you get something stupid. You might as well have had a throwback from whatever. But the truth of the matter is that it's just run by a bunch of people with infinite hubris. They have no idea what they're doing. They just have the license. The most you're gonna get is that one episode of Clone Wars where Jar Jar's running around in a cloak. That's the most you're gonna get. Canonically, that's it. All you're ever gonna get are what ifs and fan fiction from here on out. But yeah, there's a couple games that do that same trope. Like Assassin's Creed 2, which I think we played, what, at the end of last year, also does that trope. It's not a very great trope, but I think the reason why people are a little bit more forgiving for it in Assassin's Creed is because it's a matter of a personal journey, as opposed to a game where the whole premise is keep getting revenge no matter the whatever it takes. It just helps a little more. It's definitely not the strong point of Assassin's Creed 2. They do the same shit in Obi-Wan because they know they can't change the original canon. That's unfuckable lore. They know they can't change it. It's impossible for them to. Oh, if Jar Jar was the Sith Lord over Sidious? No, I wouldn't want that. No, don't do that. Oh my god. I think Palpatine being the Sith Lord is fine. Now, if you want to introduce another one that maybe rose in his place, then that's one thing. I wouldn't hate that per se, but no, don't tell me Palpatine was working for someone else. I hate that. They did that to Sylvanas, and I fucking hated that twist. As did everyone else who plays World of Warcraft. That was one of the worst plot twists in human history, and it was a complete character assassination, and they took one of the most iconic, well-written characters after her biggest plot bump and we're like, okay, well, now you're just a whiny bitch. And you work for someone else. Because reasons. One of the worst things, one of the biggest character assassinations they ever did to a character I liked was what they did to Sylvanas. Terrible, 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 terrible writing decisions led to that. Terrible. People complaining about Woke Lamont have no idea how bad that was. That was just complete butchery of like a 20-year-old character for no fucking reason, man. That shit pissed me off fundamentally. That's also not a normal spawn for Tentacruel, by the way. I'm going the wrong way. Oh my... We're going this way. I'm really tired of these rewrites to, like, you know, ancient lore that just don't really mesh well with it. Because, like, if you watch Rogue One and you see them get away at the end of Rogue One, then episode 4 really feels a lot more tongue-in-cheek. Because you know that she's caught. This isn't like some random thing that they intercepted or whatever, right? Like, a lot of times inserting extra dialogue and extra stuff that happens off screen or inserting extra context kind of takes away from a lot of the mystery of the original. Like, you would think, at least my understanding from episode 4 is they caught them unawares. There's no way you could say that they were caught unaware. They literally followed them. Like, episode 4 takes place like 5 minutes after Rogue One. Maybe not literally 5 minutes, but they caught them mid-flight. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work that way. Oh, I didn't go back and fight the lady. Oops, I forgot to do it. Oh well. Wavy Ant. Isn't that a YouTuber? Wavy Ant. Is that a YouTuber? Did I just find a YouTuber's bag? Could you imagine? Wavy Ant. No. I'm thinking of someone else. I have no idea who that is. Well, mission accomplished. We did our 2 evolutions of the day. Time to scroll. Where is it? Pokemon Legends Arceus full dex completion. Signed in, yes. Leafeon. And what was it? Jolteon? So next time we do Glaceon and Flareon for sure. So we did another 2 Pokemon today. We are now at 90% of the decks completed. Very nice. Wait, yeah, okay. So next week we'll do those 2. The theory is this: Jar Jar was to be the dark side Yoda. He was found just like Yoda, annoying like Yoda. I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit too much of a reach to me. I just really like the prequels because it's just the hubris of the Jedi preventing them from figuring anything out before it's too late. I would have preferred if Mace and Anakin did do a little bit, though. You know, like, the cartoon show definitely makes them out to be more, I don't want to say friends, but bigger buddies than they probably should have been in the show. Cartoon definitely makes them seem like they're on good terms. Mace hated this guy. Mace never liked him. And that's why I think, like, a showdown and a dialogue between the both of them would have been really interesting. It would have been like, well, you never accepted me. And then he would have been like, well, why would I? Look at what you're doing right now. Would have been interesting. Someone will say cheesy, but there's no satisfying anybody anymore. There you go. Oh yeah, and we have you. Very nice. Where's a Glaceon? Because I really don't want to have to evolve one. We have exactly 1 Glaceon. Can we evolve another? Yeah, why not? Okay. Is this Flareon big? Yeah, this Flareon's big. Let's take you then. Why are we here? Okay. Where is the ice rock? I forget. It's in one of the caves. I don't remember where. I think it's over on the left side of the map. The theory is good, like Jar Jar waves his hand and mouth the line others are speaking because he is CG. Too much of a Halo reach, in my opinion. I think it's interesting, maybe to consider. It's funny, but I wouldn't really put any interest or stock in it. That's a random alpha. Where's the ice rock? Let me look it up. I'm not gonna wander around. Oh. There's two methods. You could just use an ice stone. Are you serious? Wait, for real? Oh. You can just use this. How many do I have? Oh, that's so fucking cool. You don't even... thank you. You don't have to run around and try and find this stupid shit. Okay. This is my favorite evolution by looks. It's a shame it's probably one of the worst types. Gonna put on baby doll eyes. Quick attack instead of focus energy. Okay. Not exactly a great nature. That's fine. If he does a jump that anyone else did, it would be a force jump. Well, that's just because, wait, we actually have to catch more? Oh, we have to catch 2 more Glaceons. Oh. Yeah, we're not ready for Glaceon yet. We actually have to catch a few. Everything else we have enough of. So we're going to catch some Eevees real quick, and then we're going to just evolve them real quick. I didn't even realize I haven't done that, actually. Oops. I literally have not caught enough Glaceons in this game. That's probably one of the few non-move related completion tasks I have not done yet. Should we get any credit while we're here? No. Yo, they all swarmed in like Metal Gear grunts. You saw that? Crazy. Okay. I'm being added. What time is it? Actually, maybe I'll stop here. Okay. This will be the last thing I do. Well, actually, you know what? No, fuck this. I don't really care about finding a shiny. Let's go catch these 2 Eevees real fast. I was gonna catch 2 Eevees and just dump some stones on them. Where does Eevee spawn again in this fucking game, man? Obsidian? Or what I wouldn't give for an Eevee event, honestly. Like, for real. Oh my god, Yanma? Okay, I have to do Yanma. I have to. Yanma's one of my favorite Pokemon. Yanmega is so cool. I used to hate this Pokemon. A lot of these Gen 2 Pokemon, I'm like, why the fuck do they exist? Now I love Yanma. Yanma's so cool. Hopefully we get a shiny right off the bat. If not, we just catch some Eevees next time. Fire is easy. Fire's kind of easy. We have a couple places we could go to get some fire knockouts. Ice is a little bit harder. We don't really have great options for ice types, unfortunately, in this game. Because there's not a lot of dragon types. We have to basically go fight Gibbles and Garchomps. So actually, we should not use Flareon here. You don't even have the correct move. Perfect. That just sounds wrong. It sounds fake. That noise sounds so fake, man. Please give me a shiny Yanma. I love blue Yanma. That is like a beautiful color. Fuck. I pressed... I get so annoyed playing this sometimes, man. Like, I did press it. I pressed LB, man. Sometimes games just piss me off. He tells Anakin that Padme is hot. I don't think he needed to do that, by the way. I'm pretty sure Padme almost half came on to Anakin. It's a very weird scene. It's no fault of the actors. It's just Natalie Portman just looks way older than Kid Anakin. She just does. It just looks weird. And they, like, yeah, you know, women do develop faster than men, so it could just be a very unfortunate, like, real world kind of leaking into it. But I don't know. Padme kind of had the hots for Anakin from hour one. This poor kid with nothing better to do. And then I always complain that she could have totally just gone back and bought his mother out. It's so nonsensical. Whatever currency this guy wanted to deal with her in, this elderly slave who actually has nothing else, like, serves basically no purpose to him whatsoever, they could have bought her out. It's the silliest plot line ever. It would have been the least, you know, that she could have done to repay him for his efforts in freeing Naboo. It just needs to be there and not happen so the story can progress. There's no fucking way, man. There's no way that she forgot that. Just knowing that his mom didn't die in some random, like, Tusken Raider outpost probably would have made Anakin a billion times more stable. She could have died 5 minutes after getting to Naboo of natural causes, and he would have felt a lot better about it. But she was also not that old anyway, so that's really unlikely. Remember, there was like a 10-year period that Padme could have gone back and gotten her almost. I'm pretty sure that's how long the time jump is, right? It's something like that. It's pretty long. It's like 5-10 years. I would have been back on Tatooine like a week later. Listen, you don't like credits, but here we'll convert it. I don't know, man. There's got to be like a bank somewhere that converts it. Everyone does not like him in World. Qui-Gon saw through him. Qui-Gon was like, "You're an idiot. The ability to make you speak does not make you intelligent," type shit. People do not like Jar Jar. And people definitely should not have gone after his actual real-life voice actor. Just for voicing him, as if he was the sole reason that Star Wars was ruined. No, say what it is. Star Wars was ruined because they wrote something really, really subpar. In the same way that modern Star Wars is also ruined because they write really, really shitty stuff. And I think luckily people are kind of tired of it. You're seeing it with Ironheart. where people are like, oh, well, why would anyone like Riri Williams? Talking shit about Iron Man. Iron Man built the suit out of literally nothing in a cave at gunpoint. You're sitting here in a lab. Why would anyone root for these characters? They're awful. They're terrible people. I digress. Then someone was like, Miles is okay, but Riri Williams isn't. Like, and the exact retweet was, brother, you don't want to start this conversation. Yeah, Miles got the whole slew of it. And to this day, I still kind of feel like he is just... They're just trying to rewrite a lot of characters to be fucking black. I really think it is just gross. Completely unrelated, untalented. Just, they're there because... They tried with Miles. I mean, and I think they succeed for the most part. So I think that it's a little bit different. It's a little bit better. But man, let's not. I actually agree with that dude. Let's not pretend like that isn't the case, because it totally is. Anyway, mission accomplished. I will be accepting my victory where applicable. I want to thank everyone who showed up. Thanks Viv, thanks Domped, much appreciated. I will see you all on the next stream in a week. We will be doing Glaceon and Flareon. Oh. I will see you all later. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Have a good evening. Yes. And the VA on this Theron, what is a Theron? Said it is good to see. I don't. The voice actor on this Theron. I don't know what a Theron is. I'll give him a minute to write it out real quick. Well, he says 1 second. I'm going to give you a minute. And I'm out of here. There you go. That's not a minute. It's close enough. Oh, the VA on this theory said it is. Oh, it's good to see. It's good to see that they're doing theories. Okay, that makes sense. All right, peace out.